So now the next thing that we are going to look at is the factors affecting reaction rates constant. So these are the factors that affect the rates of the reactions. We are now going to look at them one after the other, starting with temperature. At higher temperature, when the temperature is high, the reactant molecule have more kinetic energy. It means that they move faster. And as a result of that movement, they collide with one another. And this collision have them to collide in a good orientation. So it means that as the temperature increases, the reactant molecules will have sufficient energy to collide. So under this temperature, we are going to look at two things: collision theory and kinetic theory. So collision theory, it means that when you say collision, it means when two molecules collide or strike each other or hit each other. So when two chemical reacts, their molecules have collide with each other. They must collide with each other, and the collision must be in a particular orientation. And as a result of that, they will now have sufficient energy for the reaction to take place. So you see in the collision theory, the reactant particles must collide with one another, and the collision must provide a sufficient energy that will now overcome the activation energy before the reaction to take place. So that is why we need to increase the temperature. So as we increase the temperature, the collision between reactant molecules will increase. And as the collision increases, then there is a chances to produce a sufficient energy that will now overcome the activation energy. And then the next thing is kinetic theory. So as the temperature increases, then the molecules also increase faster. So on that temperature, as the temperature increases, the rate of the reaction increases due to increase in collision between the particles and the movement of the particles or the reactant molecules. And then the next one is the concentration of reactant. As the concentration of reactant increases, so does the likelihood that the reactant molecules will collide? Yes. So as the number of the concentration of the reactant increases, it means that the more the molecules will collide to produce sufficient energy to form the products. And then the next one is the catalyst. Catalysts generally speed the rate of the chemical reaction. How do they speed the rate of the chemical reaction? Is by lowering activation energy. And then the next one is the surface area of a solid reactant. So if your reactant are solid, you need to increase the surface area. What do you mean with the increase in surface area? It means that you need to break down to produce smaller particles. Maybe if they are bigger molecules, then you break them into smaller pieces particles. So as the molecules or as the reactant particles decreases in size or break down, it means that the more chances they will have, the more the surface area for that reactant to be in contact with one another for the reaction to take place. Then the last one is the pressure of gaseous reactant or products. So if you have the reactions that is, pressure is only applied to reaction that is in gaseous state from the reactant to the product. So it means that if you have a gaseous reaction, increase in pressure leads to increase in collision. So as a result of that, the rate of the chemical reaction increases with the increase in pressure.